Bismillah, bismillah. Bismillah, bismillah. Connect to device. What happened? Bismillah. Bismillah. HDMI. Nah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, all praise be to Allah. We praise Him, we ask for His help, we ask for His forgiveness. We seek refuge with Allah from the wickedness of ourselves and from the badness of our deeds. Whoever been given by Allah guidance, then nobody can be misguided for him. Whoever misguided by Allah, then nobody can be misguided for him. Being a guide for him. I beg with this no God, worthy to worship except Allah, only Him, no associate for Him. And I beg with Muhammad, His messenger and His servant. Oh Allah, give good praise upon Muhammad and the family of Muhammad. Have give good praise upon Abraham and the family of Abraham. Oh Allah, bless upon Muhammad and the family of Muhammad. Bless upon Abraham and the family of Abraham. Very most worthy of praises exalted in glory. Tonight, inshallah, we'll continue with our topic, Arabic for understanding Quran. Then we are in the topic of adverb of time, unchangeable. And we took either, id, and only that. Okay? Either and id. That actually we said in the Quran, when you when you see the words either or id, the difference is actually either for something that will be in the future. When I said, إِذَا وَقَعَتِ الْوَاقِعَةِ إِذَا زُلْزِلَتِ الْأَرْضُ زِلْزَالَهَا إِذَا السَّمَاءُ انشَقَّتْ إِذَا النُّفُوسُ زُوِّجَتْ. So always when the إِذَا are being used, the words or the phrases inside the sentence, the verb, even though you are using the past tense, it will give you the understanding of future tense. Future means that idha waqa'atil waqi'ah, when in the future it will come to you. Okay? And id actually for past, whatever in the past will be known as actually something that passed. When Allah Ta'ala said, وَإِذْ قَالَ رَبُّكَ لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ إِنِّي جَاعِلٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ خَلِيفَةً. And remember when in the past Allah Ta'ala said to the angels, okay, وَإِذْ نَجَّيْنَاكُمْ, Allah Ta'ala said to the people of the Israelites or the children of Israel, وَإِذْ نَجَّيْنَاكُمْ مِنْ آلِ فِرْعَوْنَ وَإِذْ قَالَ مُوسَى. Remember when in the past. Okay, Alhamdulillah, we took that. Okay, then this word, when you say unchangeable, it inside the Quran is like that. You not found it other than that form. It's always be like ida and id. Ida and id will not have any other form. Okay. Mundu and mud, something that is not used in the Quran, but we put it there. Okay. The fifth one is ams. Ams. Okay, ams. Ams means yesterday. Means yesterday. And inside the Quran, it is being used many times, but not as many as the word either. Not the many as the word either. It is there inside the Quran, but not as abundant. In the Quran, it's being used for wait. Okay. Just only around 4 times inside the Quran. Okay. Okay, the first one we can use, we can look into the meaning, is from the Surah Yunus. Surah Yunus, number 24. Ashraf. Yunus 24. Yunus 24. Okay, this ayah actually came into discussion or being revealed by Allah after Allah Ta'ala told us about people who went to the sea when they have problem in the sea. You know, during your travel throughout the sea. You know that you cannot cling to the land, because land you can stand on it, you can run, but on the sea, where can you run? So normally people will actually, when Allah test them with the situation in the sea, people actually will really, when they supplicate to Allah, ask for protection, they are really sincere in asking for protection. So Allah told us about that in the verse of 22 and 23, because in that form, on those two ayah, Allah told us about that, those people who went, they are in the sea and they have problems. The typhoon, the wind is so strong, the wave is so big. Not just 1 meter, 20 meter high. So even some of the ship will be surrounded by the wave. So big waves in the ocean. So at that time, people will actually go into two. I remember when I was in Yemen, one of our brother from Johor, he was a sailor before. He left out his work and come to Yemen to learn Islam with his family. He actually told the story about people when they go to sea, having the disaster in the sea. So they actually, even though their ship are big ship, not a small ship, the big ship, they are actually afraid. So people will go into two sides. One side, we start to drink alcohol, to left out, to make sure that they don't feel afraid. To make them lost their senses. Drink intoxicated drinks and start to, not thinking about anything. The other group is what Allah Ta'ala told us in the 22 and 23 of ayah. But we don't go there. Okay. But Allah Ta'ala said in that ayah, after Allah Ta'ala explained about the situation, because after being saved, Allah Ta'ala said after that, 20, okay. Okay, but as long as we are open, we go there first. Allah said, A'udhu billahi minasyaitanir rajim. Huwallazi yusayyirukum fil barri wal bahr. He, Allah, He, alladhi, the one, who, yusayyirukum fil barri wal bahr, enables for you to travel, sayyara, to make you move, making you move, fil barri, on the land, wal bahri, and on the sea. He is the one that making you capable. Even actually when you are walking, He is the one that making you capable. You can look around you. How many of your friends, your relatives, Allah took them from them the capability of walking, even to sit up. Allah take away, you cannot do that. But this here, Allah mentioned, is about more than that. Like you riding vehicles or something, some animal at that time, for you to go into the land with the camels. They can walk for long distance in the hot weather without feel thirsty. You know, the camel will walk and walk and walk. The one that enables you to walk is to go on the land is Allah. And the one that enables you to, go to the sea also is Allah. Hatta idha kuntum fil fulki wajarayna bihim birihin tayyibin. And Allah said until idha kuntum, when you are fil fulki on the ship wajarayna bihim birihin tayyibin. And Allah said, and we make them, with the flow of wind that is good. A good wind, not that harsh wind, a good wind. Wafarihu biha, and they feel happy biha, with it. It's the same like when you go to drive, when the road is clear, you're so happy. But when traffic jam happen, you feel stressed. But that one, traffic jam, nothing will harm your life. But on the sea, when the wind is so good, you feel free. You are sailing on the sea, you feel happy. Allah said, when we enable for them the wind, with the wind, a good wind. Farihu biha. Ja'athum rihun asifun. There comes storm. Rihun asifun. Rih, wind. Asif, storm. Means that the harsh wind, a strong wind. Waja'ahum al-mawju. And waves come upon them. Al-mawju, wave. Come upon them. Ja'ahum min kulli makan, from every side. It is being said by some of the sailor, when the wind come from the top, pushing the boat or the ship to be like that. So the wave will come from every side. If just coming from one side, you understand, but coming from every side, from here, from the front, from the back. And what that happened, Allah said, وَظَنُّوا أَنَّهُمْ أُحِيطَ بِهِمْ. وَظَنُّوا, and they feel assured. They feel assured that أَنَّهُمْ أُحِيطَ بِهِمْ, that they being covered upon them from every side. You cannot run from here, no, every side. أُحِيطَ بِهِمْ, being circled by the waves. By the waves, da'awullaha mukhlisina lahuddin. They supplicate. Da'awullah, they supplicate to Allah. Mukhlisina lahuddin, sincere to Him religion. The belief that they have, when the danger is there, so sincere towards Allah. Laudin. Lain anjayna alain anjaytana min hadhihi. Lain. The lam is actually very. Indeed. Is emphasized. If. Indeed. If anjaytana. You save us. You, oh Allah, save us. Min hadhihi. From this situation. Lanakunanna minasyakirin. We will really be among asyakirin, those who thankful. We will be among those who thankful to you. This is the situation when the calamity, the disaster is happening in front of their eyes. Allah Ta'ala mentioned about the boat or the sea or the ship on the sea is really because, and on that time, like I said, this brother as a sailor, he said that situation so scary. So people will run into two parts. Either really praying to God, the same as happening when an aeroplane, an aeroplane. You cannot, jump. You cannot run. You just be in that place, in that aeroplane. You cannot run away. So normally people will supplicate to Allah so sincere. And actually will promise to Allah many things. Allah Ta'ala answered, Falamma anjahum idha hum yabghuna fil ardi bighairil haqqi. Falamma anjahum, and when the lamma will be taking inshallah after this is the same as idha. The meaning the same as idha, lamma, and when. Anjahum, he saved them. He saved them. Those people who in the ship praying sincerely to him. Idahum. I remember what is idha here? Anybody remember idha? Whom? What? We said idha have another meaning. No? Suddenly. Idahum, after Allah Ta'ala saved them, idahum, suddenly they. Remember? Oh, remember inshallah. Because I said, normally idha will be meaning when. But when you see like this, the meaning is not when. Will be meaning idahum, suddenly they. Suddenly they. I mentioned about that, inshallah. If not mistaken, I did mention about that. Remember or not remember only. Idahum, because your wife remember. Okay. Idahum, suddenly they. Yabghuna fil ardi bighairil haqqi. Yabghuna, they commit injustice. Yabgha means doing injustice. Fil ardi, on the earth. They were, praying to Allah, so sincere. When Allah Ta'ala saved them, suddenly, they forget everything that they prayed to Allah. They promised to Allah. So they actually do injustice. Fil ardi, bighairil haqqi, without any right. Without any right. Okay, some people say that, is there an injustice that is with the right? Can you do injustice with right? No. Okay, the meaning is injustice with bagha, to oppress somebody, to do harm to others. If you get the right, means that if the person, kill your family, you can ask the court to kill him back. That is actually, as I said, to do things to others that upon their blood, upon their body, upon their wealth. You cannot do that. But by right, if they did it to you, you can ask the court to replicate back whatever happened to you. Because in Islam it's called as qisas. Qisas. Some people say that to forgive is better. But Allah Ta'ala never took away your right. Allah Ta'ala said in the Qur'an in Surah Al-Baqarah, verse number 176, Allah Ta'ala said, Kutiba alaikumul qisas fil qatla. Allah Ta'ala already ordained upon you al-qisas, to reflect back whatever being done to you in killing. Al-hurru bil-hurri wal-abdu bil-abdi wal-untha bil-untha. A free man with a free man, a servant with a servant, a woman with a woman. There's something that you cannot stop because Allah Ta'ala already ordained that. Because, the life of others is so precious. You cannot say that, just forgive, akhi. Just forgive. Don't care about that. If you can forgive, yes, it's really good. Allah Ta'ala will reward you. But you don't do, pressure people to forgive. Let them forgive by themselves. I remember in Yemen, when I arrived at Yemen in 98. Before that, actually, the Islamic ruling about qisas being done publicly. After that certain in the beginning of 90s, they start to do it inside the jail, the prison. They do it in front of others. Before that, one of my teacher from Syria, he came there. He told me about what happened when he was really there in Yemen. When 98, I come to Yemen. He was he already stayed in Yemen for 16 years. 16 years. He was in Iraq for 10 years, in Yemen for 16 years. So actually he's teaching, and he's told us the story about justice being done for killing in a big field. So a young man killed somebody. So when the family is asking the man to be killed, so somebody came to the family and said, forgive this boy. It's not his family, but he said, forgive this boy. I'll give you anything you want. This is the car, key for my car, Land Cruiser, take it as a first payment. Anything you want to, just forgive him. I'll pay you whatever you want. That guy said to the family of the murdered person, the murdered guy. So this guy tried to persuade. The one who killed the murderer, actually, he said to the family or to the court, don't listen to this guy. Just, execute me. He take time for praying 2 raka'ah, and after that he said, don't listen to him. Just, do it to me. He willingly come to that. If somebody want to save your life, you will say, Alhamdulillah, somebody is helping me. He doesn't want to ask that. Because he know that, Wallahu alam, whatever happened between him and the one he killed, we don't know. But he actually said that to the family, don't listen to this guy. Just, execute me. And so the government is executing the guy. So in the end, willingly, if they want to forgive by the payment, it's okay. It's okay. In Islam, you can do that. Somebody can persuade the family to not doing the thing. So when he said there, Bagaw fil ardi bi ghairil haqqi, they do oppression or doing things that harmful without any right. Bi ghairil haqq, because like I said, you can understand that there is a punishment or for you to replicate harm by the harm that being done first. You can forgive, but you can ask the court for you to get your right. Allah Ta'ala doesn't stop you from your right. Okay. Because of that, whenever we decide بِغَيْرِ الْحَقِّ means that with the right, you can ask for the court to kill the person. Even though you don't like it, you can ask. If preferable for you to forgive, you can ask. You ask for that. Because this is your right. Because the family of the murdered person is really been given by Allah Ta'ala right to ask for to ask for the murderer to be killed. And they also can forgive him. It's up to them. These differences between the civil law and the Sharia law. In the Sharia law, the one that forgive is the family, because the one that losing, those who lose more from the killing is the family. Because the one that lose, by that person died, who will lose? The family. If the murdered person is the father, the brother, the sister, everybody. So the losing, the one that lose is in the family. So they have the right to forgive or to ask for the blood. In civil law, they give the right for forgiveness to the king, queen. Until today, we have that. So in Islam, it's actually so opposite. Because when the person died, the king doesn't have any problem. You know, the one that really lose is the family, not the king, not the government. Because of that, in Islam, the one that have the right to forgive the murderer is actually the family. So you have to understand about the right. Whose right is that? We actually always listen during the birthday of or coronation of the king. They have, you know, few names they can forgive from among people who commit things that they must be killed, you know, be punishment with killing. The king can forgive them. Like I said, that is the opposite in Islam. The forgiveness is there, but not from the government. Even the Prophet cannot do that. If you remember, when a woman from among the nobles of Quraysh steal something. She stole something that actually equivalent to be cut, her hand to be cut. So all the Quraysh is really talking. It's actually the Prophet will be cutting from among the nobles. So they send Usama bin Zaid, a person that is really being loved by the Prophet ﷺ, son of Zaid bin Harithah, the lovable person that we mentioned by the Prophet ﷺ. So Usama bin Zaid talked to the Prophet ﷺ, want to, you know, get some mediation, want to do mediation for this woman. So the Prophet really angry at him. I cannot see that you are mediating for her. Actually, then the Prophet said, it is the thing that destroy people before you. When anybody from the nobles steal, they let them go. And if the person, the one who steal, is among the poor, the weak, then they will do the punishment. And the Prophet said, Waimullah, by Allah, law kana Fatimah binti Muhammadin saraqat laqata'tu yadaha. If Fatimah binti Muhammad, my daughter Fatimah binti Muhammad, steal, I will cut her hand. If she steal, I will cut her hand. That saying by the Prophet ﷺ is really powerful until today, because nobody have the right to forgive anybody in that terms except the family. But for the stealing, nobody can let it go. Even one of the companion happened that he have a shawl or something. They so expensive, being stole. He caught the person, brought the person to the Prophet ﷺ, and do the complaint. So the Prophet ﷺ told his companion, cut his hand. So that person actually really feel, pity to that person who steal. The person said, Ya Rasulullah, I forgive him. Don't cut his hand. The Prophet said, cut his hand. They said, Ya Rasulullah, I give as a gift. Whatever he stole from me, I will give it to him as a gift. Don't cut his hand. The Prophet said, no, cut his hand. Then when the person, really in remorse, why did this happen? He can forgive that person. Then the Prophet said, Halla qabla ma ataitani bihi. Why didn't you, means forgive him, before you brought him to me? Why didn't you forgive him before you brought him to me? Because the government, when they have this situation, they cannot forgive anybody. The only thing that forgiveness can happen is before you brought it to the court or to the government. And for the killing, nobody can forgive except the family. That's the difference. Okay. Anyway, he said here, Ya ayuhan nas, O humankind, innama baghyukum ala anfusikum. Your oppression, your injustice is upon your own self. Ala anfusikum, upon your own self. Mata'ul hayatid dunya. That is actually the thing that everything that you do in this world, that is you really love it, making you to go against the command of Allah. That all that thing is merely mata'ul hayatid dunya, is only enjoyment of the worldly life. Mata, enjoyment of hayatid dunya, the worldly life. Thumma ilayna marji'ukum. But after that, thumma, and then after you have lived your life 50 years, 70 years, whatever this lifespan that you get in this world, thumma marji'ukum, thumma ilayna marji'ukum, thumma, and then ilayna, to us, ilayna, to us, ilayhi, to him, ilayna, to us, ilayya, to me, ilayya, to me, ilayhim, to them. Always do this exercise. Ilayna, to us, ilayya, to me, ilayhim, to them, ilayhi, to him, ilayha, to her. Do the exercise, inshallah. Thumma ilayna, and then after that, ilayna, to us, marji'ukum, marji'ukum, your return, kum, your, all of you, marji', return, place to return. Fanunabbi'ukum bima kuntum ta'malun, then we will, nunabbi'ukum, tell, inform you, nunabbi'u, we will inform you, bima kuntum ta'malun, with whatever kuntum, you, or whatever you used to, ta'malun, do. Ta'malun, do. Okay. That is the beginning of the ayah. The one that we want to learn is inside here. The word arms, we will be using it here. Allah said, Inna mathalul hayatid dunya, inna mathalul hayatid dunya. The examples of the life, of the worldly life, really, innama, only, or really, nothing but, the innama will be nothing but. It's not except. It is not used. Actually, if you want to use in a long form, they will always say, La ilaha illallah. There's no God to worship except Allah. It's nothing except like this. But the word innama itself, just one word, will give you the same meaning. You say, innama fil baiti Zaidun. The only person inside the house is Zaid. Nobody is there except Zaid. It's not the same. So innama here is really saying that nothing is only mathalul hayati, the only mathalul hayati dunya, examples al hayati dunya, worldly life, kama'in, is as, ka is as, ma'in, water, ma'in, water, anzalnahu minas sama', anzalnahu, we send it down, minas sama, from the sky, from above. Okay. Fakhtalata bihi nabatul ardi, fakhtalata bihi nabatul ardi, then is actually ikhtalata bihi, become absorbed or become mixed together with the water, nabatul ardi, the plant of earth, nabat, the plant of the earth. means that that the tree become big, big and green is because of the water that actually being inside the tree. The water will come and the water will be mixed together with the plant. Okay. Mimma ya'kulun nas wal an'amu, from among things that will be eaten by an-nasu, the human, wal an'amu, the livestock. An'am is actually always will be known as livestock, the camel, the cows, the sheep, the goat. That is called it as an'am during our Qurban. Our Qurban or slaughtering of udhiyah, we will be slaughtering actually only from an'am. Whatever is not from an'am cannot be made as Qurban. Must be from that animal. Some people will say that they want to sacrifice chicken. No, cannot. Or the ostrich. No, cannot. Deer. No, cannot. Because it's not as a livestock. But discussion happen, being mentioned about people who stay in Mongolia or the Arctic. They have the winter deer, the deer, actually the winter deer that actually they have by thousands. They hurt the deer, the deer that Rudolph, it's called what? Reindeer. They actually using that reindeer, they keep it as livestock. The Mongolian, the people in the Arctic, they have that type of animal. They hurt. It's not living freely, not wild. Anything that is wild, you cannot use it as Qurban, because it's not considered as an'am. But like I said just now, but discussion happened between the scholar about those people who staying there. They have the livestock. Their livestock is actually the reindeer. The deer that actually live in the cold places, and they have it by thousands. Not just 2 or 3. They have thousands. So maybe, wallahu alam, discussion will happen. I remember Sheikh Husseini Hafizahullah, he mentioned about the discussion happened about the meat of the udhiyah. The meat of whatever being sacrificed in Mina during the Hajj. Is so abundant at that time. So people that actually coming to the Hajj, they cannot consume it, all of it. And they want to store it, for those people around, they still have so abundant. The meat is so abundant until, she said actually during the 70s, the end of 60s, the early of 70s, they just dig a big hole, and then they will, put it there, cover it. They will do that. They cannot eat it. Even if they spread it around the places, still they cannot. The shopkeeper, they have some big freezers, but they cannot contain everything. So they have the discussion because so they did that because they have the saying from Allah about the meat. The meat of the animals must be consumed by the fuqara, the masakin, the miskin, the poor people from among the Mecca. So if you cannot send to people outside Mecca, you cannot send. But actually, the discussion happened. What you can do with that meat? You cannot eat it. You cannot store it. Even people cannot eat all of it. So what to do? Because next year it will come again. So in the end, they give the fatwa. End of 70s, early of 80s, they give the fatwas that they can can all the meat and send it to the poor people outside of Mecca, to poor country. They have to do that because you cannot eat it, all of it. Even after being giving all the meat to the poor people around Mecca, is still actually so abundant by millions. Can you imagine? Millions of people, 1.8 million people. This is today. They will sacrifice, and maybe they are sacrificing more. And some people are paying for their wrongdoing during the ihram, for the dam. So they cannot eat. So like I said, maybe inshallah in the future there will come discussion about those who taking the reindeer as their livestock, because they cannot hurt normal cow, no sheep, no camel, but they have the reindeer. If they become Muslim, they should have the opportunity to do the korban also. You cannot say that no, only camel, only sheep, only cows. How can they get that animal? Because their livestock is that. But other than that, like here in Malaysia, when you have the camels, you have the cows and the sheep and the goat, so you cannot use the deer. We know that some people are herding the deer inside their own facility. They have deer to be kept as livestock, but it's not the same. Like it's not the same. Why? Because the livestock, like the deer, when you release it, it will run away. The cow and the sheep, when you release it, it will come back. Can you understand? So if it happen for those people who are actually keeping the reindeer, maybe they have the same solution, inshallah. But until today, still no new fatwa saying that they can use the deer that they kept to become as the korban or sacrifice animal. Wallahu alam. That we eaten, the water will be mixed together with the plant of the earth and will be eaten by human and an'am. Hatta idha akhadatil ardu zukhrufaha, until when the earth have taken its adornment, because of the water coming to the plant, the greenery, all the fruits that is there, and even the grain. Wa zukhrufuha wa zayyanat, and the earth become beautiful with the water that being sent. Wa zanna ahluha annahum qadiruna 'alayha, and those people, until when the people that have the plan of the earth, they feel that qadiruna 'alayha, they suppose that they have capability over it. This is our capability, this is our strength. People, when they have greenery, they think that this is my effort, this is my work, this is my my effort, my work, that making this land to be fertile. This is my work. When this thing is like that, Allah Ta'ala said, ataha amruna laylan aw nahara, came to it our command. Amruna, our command. Amruna can be punishment from us, our punishment. Allah Ta'ala send something, disaster, wind, flood, anything. Ataha amruna laylan aw nahara, laylan during the night, or nahara during the day. Faja'alnaha hasida, so we make it as a harvest, like as if you harvest it, but it's not being harvest. Everything become flat by the wind or the hailstone. You know hailstone? In Malaysia, they call it hujan air batu. You know, normally in the Arab country, this happen during the transition from summer to winter. They will have a climate when the water is not water, ice. Ice will be falling from the sky. But Alhamdulillah, until today, when I look at Sudan and Yemen, even in Saudi, it is so small, just like that, like the edge of your finger. That is the biggest one. You don't go to like some places in Russia. It's like this, you know, like this. The hailstone is like this. The car will be broken. Not no, if you're riding motorcycle, you cannot see anything. But the car, even the window of the car, you know, if tempered glass also will be broken by that big, you know, golf ball. In the Arab country, it's actually just small like that. You see it as white, you know, things by the side of the road. We in Malaysia, when you get the hailstone, al-bard. Whenever, you know, this thing happen, people will start to gather the hailstone, you know, taking it and kept it, you know, something that rarely happen. And they start to think that this hailstone, if you gather its water, you get it, and even if you the hailstone came on the night of Jum'ah, the night of Jum'ah, you recite to it few verses of Al-Quran, it will become something that you become, your children or you yourself become so bright, you know, to make your heart to memorize everything. That is in our culture. If you get that hailstone or bard, yeah, they have that. So it rarely happen. If happen and you have it, you start to sell. Maybe you can sell it in Shopee after this. Allah Alam. Yeah. Actually, because the ice will melt. The ice will melt, become water, but they will touch together. You know, that's like that. Small. Alhamdulillah. In the land of the people, the Muslim country, is always just like that. But in the Western country, they have just, you know, like that, like ping pong ball, golf ball to that size. When it struck the car, actually crashed. It really happened. In US, I think few videos being shown happen in US and in Russia. They have that type of hailstone. You know, these things, the wind, the hailstone, the flood, whenever it came to your crops, it will make your crops, you know, fall down as if being harvested. That I said there, faja'alnaha hasida. Faja'alnaha, then we made it hasida, being harvest. You know, you cannot gather anymore, the thing being harvest. By the storm, by the wind, by the water, it will be harvest. Ka'allam tughna bil amsi. As if it not flourished yesterday. Ams, yesterday. As if you see today, as if yesterday it doesn't flourish. You know, all being cut off by the things that Allah Ta'ala sent. Al-ams, yesterday. It will be like that. You cannot see amsun. No. It will be always amsi. You will not see the word ams in the form of mass. You know, plural, no plural form, no feminine form. It will be always like that. Ams means yesterday. You will not see amsun. No amsun. No amsan. Just amsi. Always ams. Kalam tughna bil ams. As if it doesn't flourish yesterday. Kadhalika nufassilul ayati liqaumi yatafakkarun. As that we explain in detail, we detail The sign. Al-ayat, sign. Al-ayat in the Quran, the original meaning is sign. Sign, not sentence. Al-ayat in the Quran always will come as the meaning of signs. Tilka ayatullah, that is the sign of Allah. Sign is not sentence. Signs is the ayah is sign, not sentence. Allah Ta'ala said, Inna ayata mulkihi, about Talut. The sign of his kingdom, the sign of his authority. Yeah. Inna ayata mulkihi. So ayah in the Quran will be understood as sign. Sign, not as sentence. Okay? Ayah means sign. So, kadhalika as that. Like that. Nufassilul ayati. We detail al-ayati, the signs. Liqawmi yatafakkarun. Li, for. Qawmin, people, yatafakkarun, who give thoughts, who have thoughts to think deeply, then we give them that sign to understand the reality of the world. Because sometimes, because it related to the story of people who is asking from Allah to be safe in the ocean, no, on the sea, on their ship. They're really thinking, actually they are afraid about whatever happening for their worldly life. But their worldly life is actually like that. Something that Allah can take it away just like that. It's not forever. Whatever you have in this world is not forever. Okay, it's just for temporary. Allah Ta'ala tests you with it. Testing you with it. Okay. Okay, other than that, you can see the arms being used in Surah Al-Qasas. Verse number 18. Qasas. 18 and 19. Qasas. We did read this ayah. Here, 18, 19, 20, 18, 90. 18 and 90. 18 and 19. Qasas. Suratul Qasas. Naam. Fa'asbaha. Okay, this is a story about Moses when he actually growing up in the kingdom of Egypt during the reign of Pharaoh. The name Pharaoh is actually, when we discussed before, is the name of the ruler of Egypt. But during his time, he's called as Pharaoh. But if you go into the story of Joseph, in Surah Yusuf, the name of the ruler will be called as king. In that time, the time of Joseph or Yusuf alayhi salam, the name of the ruler is called as Malik. During the time of Moses, the ruler being called as Pharaoh or Fir'aun. Fir'aun is the name of the ruler of Egypt. Because of that, they said that the Pharaoh have many names. Ramses II, Ramses I, all of them are Pharaoh, called as Pharaoh or Fir'aun. Pharaoh or Fir'aun. So when Moses actually, when he become a strong man, he tried to help. If you read from the ayah number 14 until number 17, you can see that in that ayah that Allah SWT told us the story when he went into the market and he saw two people fighting, one from his people, the children of Israel, or Israelites, the other one from the Kibti, from the people of Pharaoh. So Moses helped that guy from his people, but he accidentally punched the other guy and the person died. You know, the strength that Moses been given by Allah, the strength, we don't know how. Because we read inside the hadith that when the stone that he put his clothes on ran away, he ran after the stone, he slapped the stone. Abu Hurairah said that the marking of his 5 fingers, it was there. You know, Moses, peace be upon him. He being portrayed by the Prophet ﷺ as a strong person. You know, to maybe Allah Alam, to face the most tyrant ruler ever in the history. Allah Ta'ala make him to become a tough person. You know, if not, you know, if a weak person or small person, maybe Pharaoh will kill him on the side. But actually, he struck somebody, just hit the person and die. So he regret what he did. And he promised to Allah, he will not be helper to those who do oppression. So this story is after that, after that day. Okay, the second day, Allah said, فَأَصْبَحَ فِي الْمَدِينَةِ خَائِفًا يَتَرَقَّبُ فَأَصْبَحَ, and he become, Moses, he became in the morning, tomorrow morning, the next morning, خَائِفًا فِي الْمَدِينَةِ, inside the city, خَائِفًا, fearful, يَتَرَقَّبُ, you know, anticipating, you know, looking to the side, yataraqqab, you know, looking around, because he anticipating to be caught, because yesterday he killed somebody, and the rumors about the killing, you know, all over the state. So he was afraid, even though he is living inside the castle of Pharaoh, he still feel afraid. What will happen to him? But فَإِذَا الَّذِي إِنْسْتَصَّرَهُ بِالْأَمْسِ يَسْتَصْرِخُ فَإِذَا, there. What is the إِذَا? Suddenly. Just now we said. Suddenly, الَّذِي, the one, the man, الَّذِي إِسْتَنْصَرَهُ, asked help from him. Yesterday. Istansara means asking help. Ask help from him means yesterday. Yastasrihu was shouting to him, cried to him. Yastasrihu. Then Moses, you know, yesterday you are fighting. Today you are fighting again. Then Moses said to him, Qala lahu Musa. Said to him, Moses said to him, Innaka laghawiyyum mubin. You are indeed, innaka, indeed you are an evident ghawiyyun mubin, deviator, so clear deviator. Ghawi means that always try to fight, always making trouble. Ghawiyyun, you know, misguided. Mubin, clear. You are clearly a misguided person. Moses said to that guy, you know, by looking at him, yesterday you are fighting, today you are fighting again. So Moses said something like that. So the word arms is there. See, arms. Yesterday. So Allah said, "Falamma an arada an yabtisha billadhi huwa aduwwun lahuma." Falamma, and when I said lamma is the same as idha. Falamma an arada, and when an arada, he was about. An arada, he was about, or he was about wanting to yabtisha billadhi wa aduwwun lahuma, to strike. Maybe today a little lesser strength because yesterday one strike and the person died. So this day maybe he tried to control it a little. He want to get to the alladhi, to the person, billadhi, huwa, that the person, aduwwun lahuma, an enemy for them. He and the person that he said innaka laghawiyyun mubin, he want to strike that person. Suddenly this person from his people, he actually, because he heard Moses said, you are really deviant, clearly deviant person, then he was afraid from Moses. Then he said, Qala, Ya Musa, he said, oh Moses, aturidu an taqtulani? Do you want an taqtulani, to kill me? Do you want to kill me? Kama qatalta nafsan bil ams, the same as, or as, like what? Qatalta nafsan bil ams, you kill a life yesterday. Nobody know about that. Only 3%, the person that died yesterday, Moses and the person from his people that he saved from the fighting. So this person, this guy, he exposed Moses. He said, do you want to kill me as you killed a life yesterday? Moses want to help him, but he actually uttered the words. So the person that fighting him heard that, he ran away. Oh, this one, the one that killed yesterday, so he ran. Okay? In turidu illa an takuna jabbarum fil ardi. In turidu. In there means you are not. No. You want. You don't want. Illa except. An takuna jabbarum fil ardi, for you to become tyrant on the earth. You don't want to be except to tyrant on the earth. You don't want to be except tyrant on the earth. Wama turidu an takuna minal muslihin, and you don't want. Wama turidu, turidu want, you don't want. An takuna, to be, you don't want to be. Minal muslihin, those who amend or fixing things. You don't want to fix, but you want to destroy. You really tyrant. So this story about killing yesterday, exposed. So because of that, after that is the thing that Allah Ta'ala made. When we heard about that story, we really, angry at that person. Moses want to help you, but you still spill the bean. You expose him. But that is the way for Allah to make Moses run away from Egypt to go to Madian. Sometimes you don't mean, circling around that point. If Moses want to be angry, he will be angry at that person. But he know, as a person who have religion, because in this ayat, from 14 until 19, you know that even Moses, before he become a prophet, he know about the religion. He have religion. Because he asked forgiveness from Allah after he killed that person. He promised to Allah he will not be any helper for those who do oppression. Means that he know Allah. But he's not being appointed as a prophet or messenger yet. Until he returned back from Madian. After his return, then only Allah Ta'ala give revelation to him. But this time, he actually have religion. He know about religion because he actually, even though being brought up inside the palace of Pharaoh, he's still going back to his mother, because his mother was breastfeeding him. Because he cannot breastfeed from anybody except from his mother. So the thing means that the mother have the opportunity to teach him about religion. Know Allah, know right and wrong. Even though he's not a prophet yet. Not yet a prophet. So he actually doesn't, go around that person. Why do you expose me and everything? Thing happened. Move on. So he moved on and ran away after being advised by somebody. But the word ams there is being repeated for 2 times. Because the story is about whatever happened yesterday. Okay? Alhamdulillah. So we stop here inshallah. So any question? Yes. Yeah. But Adli فَإِذَا الَّذِي اسْتَنْصَرَهُ. Alladhi, the one, the person. Suddenly, the person. It's actually like pronouns. He have the meaning as like pronouns. The meaning same as pronouns, like إِذَا هُمْ, إِذَا هُوَ, إِذَا الَّذِي. فَإِذَا الَّذِي اسْتَنْصَرَهُ. Because the alladhi can have the meaning as like the pronouns. Because when the ayah after that saying that alladhi istansarahu bil amsi yastasrihu, is giving the alladhi being known to me and you, like huwa, who came? Him. I know, So when they said these attributes, who is the guy? The one that asked help from him yesterday. Suddenly that person shouting or cried to him, oh, help me, help me. So the attributes is saying like the same meaning as pronouns. Either we said that either after that pronouns or this, either after that the demonstrative relative pronouns. Alladhi is still a pronouns, but we call as relative pronouns. Alladhi, alladhani, alladhina, allati, allatani, allai. Remember, the name was isim mausul or relative pronouns. Remember, it will be said there. Lesson number 3 or 4. Okay? Not demonstrative. Demonstrative pronoun will be hada, hadihi, dhalika. That is demonstrative pronouns. But this one is the relative pronouns. Relative pronouns is still considered as the pronouns. Ism mausul. Asma al-mausulah. Alladhi, allati, haulai. Alladhina. Alladhina or allai or allati. So the same, either somebody. But if actually like after that, either after that verbs, then we call like we say idza waqa'atil waqi'ah, idza jaa nasrullahil fath. Then we will say when. This one will be because the relative pronouns is the same as the pronouns itself. Give the same meaning. Okay? Because of that, been translated by our brother as Ida suddenly. Ida suddenly. Okay? Okay, any other question? Alhamdulillah. We stop here insyaAllah. Wallahu a'lam. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammadin wa sallam alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika. Asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi